Hey guys, we're doing another third party matchup prediction. So this time it's going to be the 2020 Libertarian nominee versus the 2020 Green Party nominee. So that means it is Joe Jorgenson of the Libertarian Party facing off against Howie Hawkins of the Green Party. Joe Jorgenson is a professor from South Carolina, and Howie Hawkins is pretty much an activist. He's an environmental and trade union activist from New York. So, going to home states, I think home states would stick with their, people who come from those states. I think New York would go to Howie Hawkins, and Joe Jorgenson would win her home state of South Carolina. Hawkins, I see winning Hawaii. This is a liberal state, and I think Jorgenson would win Alaska. Of course, Alaska's Republican, Hawaii Democrat. I definitely think that these would vote among party lines in many of these states. Many of these Democratic states like California, Oregon, and Washington are going to vote for the Green Party nominee, and many of these Republican states are going to vote for the Libertarian, because Libertarians, they're more similar to Republicans rather than Democrats. I think Jorgenson would win state in Nevada. Because this is a libertarian region, Utah, Wyoming, Idaho, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Arizona. I all see going for Joe Jorgenson. These are Republican regions where people don't really like the government. They want low government, and they're really going to connect with Joe Jorgenson more than Howie Hawkins. Howie Hawkins, I see winning the state of Colorado, but I think Joe Jorgenson would just narrowly pull out a win in New Mexico, just because the 2016 Libertarian candidate Gary Johnson would actively promote Joe Jorgenson, and Johnson he's the former governor of New Mexico. I think Jorgenson would win the Republican state of Texas, definitely. Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, Iowa, just because of its rural regions, Kentucky, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, and West Virginia, and Indiana, I all see as Jorgensen states. But I see Howie Hawkins carrying Illinois and Minnesota, and I do think that Wisconsin would actually go to Howie Hawkins because, it's more rural, and I think this would be a very close state, but, if environment is an issue in a state like this, then I do see it going for Howie Hawkins. I see Hawkins winning Michigan, and remember, the Green Party, their main issue, as I said before, is the environment, and that's going to be a big issue, or it is a big issue right now, and I think that'd be enough to carry him the state of Ohio. I don't know if he would do particularly well in cities, but I do think enough. He is a bit more established than Joe Jorgenson, so he will be a bit more popular. I think just narrowly he could carry the state of Pennsylvania with big cities, as I said. And of course, D.C., Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts would all be Green Party states, as usual. And Virginia, a Democratic state, would go to Howie Hawkins. That wins him the presidency. Vermont and Maine would definitely go to Howie Hawkins. I would also say New Hampshire, if environment is a big issue, these states are going to be, these are more liberal states and progressive states. I think Vermont and Maine would be solid for Howie Hawkins. New Hampshire would be a little bit closer, I think, just because they do lean pretty libertarian. Joe Jorgenson will connect with the southern voters here because she comes from South Carolina. I think because this favorite son aspect, she will carry North Carolina, Georgia. However, environment is a big issue in Florida. I think that'd be enough to carry, to give Florida to Howie Hawkins. So Howie Hawkins wins the presidency with 315 electoral votes to Joe Jorgenson's 223. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all next time.